What's going on? And welcome to another episode of the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. Well, I guess I shouldn't say another episode. This is going to be more like I don't even know what to call it, but just fasten your seatbelts, hold on tight, and just hopefully
It's
we
gonna
don't
it's
get.
gonna be a great ride. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
great ride.
yeah, I'm hoping we don't get put off after this shit because
Oh, we ain't never gonna get put off. You can't get put off. Come on now.
yeah. But man, what's going on? You ready to do this wrestling thing we always do?
I'm ready. We've been getting new followers, new subscribers, and stuff on YouTube and stuff like that.
Well,
So
before we get started, I guess I should just take the blame. Like, I know we made an episode a while back and this and that, and we were supposed to be on a little more consistently. It's my fault. I'll own up to it. I'm currently in the process of moving. I'm currently in the process of doing other shit. I have a life, so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
my fault. Yeah, it's kind of my fault. I'll take the
But
blame for that.
hats off and credit to you. This is your idea. This episode to cover what we're covering today is your idea.
Yep, I will say that. Hopefully, everybody enjoys it, and we'll be bringing you more of this along with some other stuff as we go, and just keep bearing with this as I try to get my life together, and we'll do the best we can. So just strap in, and I mean, let's dive in, man. Before
Oh,
we get
let's dive
started
all
on
the
the
way
main,
in.
before we get started on the main topic, oh boy.
Yeah, see,
Let
Sherrod called me kind of upset with me because I didn't relay some information to him that I was still in the process of processing this information that I've seen sprayed across my Twitter because I didn't watch Super Showdown, So Sherrod was like, "Hey, how come the fuck you didn't tell me what happened in Super Showdown?" I'm like, I'm still trying to process Goldberg and what happened. I don't even feel right saying what happened. All I can get out is Goldberg. I can't even get out the Fiend. So, Sherrod, tell me how you came to know about this because I found out on Twitter. Tell me how you.
uh I actually found out at work. I was sitting there and my friend was like, "How do you feel about the outcome of Super Showdown?" I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Because I'm gonna be honest, like you, I was like, "I'm not watching that shit. I don't watch Crown Jewel. I don't watch
Yeah.
Fastlane. All of that. I don't watch that shit. If it ain't WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, or any other major events, I typically don't do the extra pay per views. You know."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, like, I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he's like, "Oh, you don't know." And fuck, I went and watched it, and I was like, "You got to be shitting me." So let me just back up. All right, let's start 2 months ago because it's March now. So let's start in January. I
Mm-hmm.
was so excited because I actually went to my first pay per view, or whatnot live. Like I was at Royal Rumble, whoop, whoop, and
Yeah.
like it was epic. I fucking got out of my seat like every 15 seconds, whatever. And I was the idiot that thought Brock Lesnar was gonna win the Royal Rumble and just beat everybody because I felt like they were
Uh,
trying to. Well, in my mind at the time, I was like, well, it's going to be the Fiend. They're going to try to find a way to work the Fiend, your most protected guy right now, against Brock, your most protected guy like ever. So, like, I
yeah.
figured that
It
would
makes
be a good
sense.
main. Right. That would have been a good main event. Brock Lesnar would have got another notch in his belt. I'm the only person to start the Royal Rumble and win the Royal Rumble and be champion and be the first champion to win. It was so many things they could have done with that, creatively. I was like, okay, I see where they're going. And about 15 people in, I thought that was going to happen. And of course, the McIntyre. So even with all of that, like, I was like, okay, WrestleMania season starts. Everybody knows the end of Royal Rumble, beginning of Royal Rumble is WrestleMania season. I'm like, WrestleMania season starting, and they started off so well. They to me, Royal Rumble this year was better than last year's. Like I
Absolutely.
know people were excited about the Becky Lynch thing, and this year was just, I guess because I was there, I got caught up in the nostalgia of it. I'm like, fuck, this is awesome. Edge coming out was awesome, and seeing him, and it was just, even the women's Royal Rumble, like I found myself fucking cheering for Shayna Baszler. I didn't even like her up until that point.
Right.
Like that's how, it was some things I didn't like, but it was great. I'm like, okay, they finally getting Royal Rumble right. I thought Charlotte winning was a mistake, but I'm a Charlotte Flair fan. I'm like, fuck it. Let's see what they do with this. And they even got that right with the Rhea Ripley thing. I'm super excited about that. But I don't know, dude. Like after that, the wheels have just come off. When I first found out Goldberg was on fucking SmackDown, and I watched the Fiend clip before that, and I'm like, okay, like maybe they just doing this because they needed a notable name to put against him, but there's no fucking way
Right.
they could. There's no
Yeah, you
fucking
think of it
way.
as they're feeding another legend to the Fiend because they did that
Right.
with Angle, Mick Foley, and,
Right.
yeah.
There's no fucking way. And I was like, if there was a guy that could potentially give him somewhat of a match, it would be Goldberg. But there's no fucking way. I didn't even think about it. I was just like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing. And I moved on. And then this fucking match happened. And the only thing I will say about this, and then I'm going to go in, is it never fucking fails. Vince McMahon finds a way every year to snatch the glory from you. Like every
absolutely.
fucking year. Last year, it was making this fucking main event a triple threat. I lost my shit with that because as much as I like Charlotte, I wanted to see Becky and Ronda by themselves. I didn't want a triple threat match. I don't know why it happened. I don't care why, but that shouldn't have happened the way it happened. They somehow managed to fuck that up. And by the time they got the storyline all the way through from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, I was halfway burnt out on it because of the way it had went down.
Right.
So I was like, okay, surely they won't fuck this up this year. But lo and behold, what I'm looking at and what I'm hearing, they're about to fuck it up again this year. I just don't fucking understand why this is becoming so difficult to do. I used to love WrestleMania. Now I'm just kind of like, I watch it for the sake of I'm a wrestling fan, been one for years. I'm fucking 30 years old. I've been one for fucking years. For pretty much for probably 20 years or more.
Right.
That's the only reason I'm watching it now, because I can't tell you the last time they've had a really good. What was the last good WrestleMania to you?
Last good WrestleMania. Oh shit. Fuck. Let me see. Okay. Last year's wasn't too bad. That was
too bad, but
that was the most decent one I've seen.
It was also 8 hours long. You can't really fuck up an 8-hour show.
You know where people fuck up? They watch the pre-show. I don't watch the pre-shows. I get my ass there, like to the WWE Network, like and just experience 5 to 6 hours.
But when I say a great WrestleMania, I'm talking about one that you could feel the electricity through the fucking TV.
Oh, that
like WrestleMania 19 or. Right. WrestleMania 17.
17 is my favorite one because I was there. And it's nothing. It's nothing like on TV. You have to be there to feel that electricity. That was huge. But yeah, I don't understand why Vince McMahon continues to fuck his way out of money just to get what he want, just to put the people at the top that he wants.
You know what? And here's the thing. I love Goldberg. And the fact that he's taking a fucking beating is just that it's really not his fault. It's not his fucking fault.
Right.
When you look at Goldberg's legacy and what he has done for the business of wrestling, I was an avid WCW viewer for Goldberg.
Yeah.
He ain't no pushover. But for some reason, like he's taking all the heat for this. While they get off scot-free. It wasn't his idea.
Right. I don't hold anything towards Goldberg. Matter of fact, I don't really have a problem with Goldberg taking the title off of Bray Wyatt. The only problem I have is the Fiend is supposed to be protected. Why not have Bray Wyatt come out of his?
I'm about to get to that. I'm about to get to that in a second. What I just wanted to drive home here is I'm not pissed at Goldberg.
Right.
I'm almost certain he probably was like, no, I don't want the title. I'm almost willing to bet you he probably no, I don't want.
He definitely didn't demand the title.
Right.
He didn't. He didn't even demand coming in to squash Brock Lesnar like that. That was Brock's idea. A lot of people don't know that was Brock's idea. He wanted to put Goldberg over because he respects him so much, He wanted to tell a good story. So that was actually Brock's call. So a lot of the stuff that's happening isn't even Goldberg. And even when Goldberg had that match with Undertaker, everybody buried him over. It was because he got knocked out. A lot of people didn't really pay attention to the fact that, well, he wrestled that match. He wasn't even all right upstairs. He was knocked out.
I've read something today saying that evidently it had pissed Bray Wyatt off because he made this comment about WWE just wants to kill people's characters. Like, when you put your hard work and time and talent into something like this and you built it and they shit all over it with a 50-year-old man, and again, nothing against Goldberg. I want to continue to reiterate he is still a top 10 wrestler of all time in my book. As far as one of my favorites, he's still a top 10 for me. But the guy is 50 fucking years old. His best years are behind him. I don't care how strong he looks or how he can't do what he used to fucking do. That jackhammer that snap suplex he performed to win the fucking match.
It was definitely a botch move.
That's a byproduct of him being that fucking old. You couldn't find anybody else, even if they were a transitional champion, you couldn't find anybody else to have a match. And then they just had the audacity to have a fucking 5-minute match.
It felt like 3 minutes because it was like, what, 4 or 5 spears?
Daniel Bryan had a 20-minute match at Royal Rumble with this guy, a strap match, and basically let him beat him to fucking death.
Yes.
And Daniel Bryan is a top 20 wrestler in the world today, and you fucking let a 50-year-old retired wrestler beat this dude in fucking 5 minutes? And I'm
especially if you go back
I don't want to see the fucking Fiend on TV ever again.
I'm serious. They already did that.
They should have retired.
Especially after everything that Steph did to him. You remember what Steph did to him in that Hell in a Cell match, and then they called it off.
Even that, they got past that. They were able to fix it. This is not fixable.
No.
This you cannot change. I don't want to see the fucking Fiend on TV again, because if he had problems with a 50-year-old guy, well, God forbid he faces somebody that actually can do something. I'm not going to buy it.
He just fucking challenged John Cena, and then all he did was have his lights go off and then point at the WrestleMania sign. He didn't even attack John Cena, so the whole mystique of the Fiend is gone. It's just like, what the fuck are you doing now?
I knew the Fiend's character was dead that night on SmackDown. He took the spear and fucking disappeared with no response.
They never wanted him to get up. Well, Vince.
I think they have a complex against Bray Wyatt because of how he fucking looks. If it wasn't for the fact that he was wrestling royalty because of who his family is, and he's just fucking good, he wouldn't be pushed. I'm of the mindset that they have a personal problem with him and what he does. It has to be, because there's no other way you can quantify and justify. Shane McMahon has gotten better fucking pushes and recognition than you gave to this guy. There's no reason the Fiend shouldn't have been fucking main event WrestleMania.
He's the most over dude on the roster.
I was just gonna say that.
He's making money.
Drew McIntyre, the Scottish Psychopath against the Fiend. The Beast Incarnate against the Fiend. The Phenomenal One against the Fiend. Do I need to keep making you money? Because I've just made you probably several million with them 3 matches right there. Do I need to keep going?
Fuck themselves out of in less than 5 minutes.
Over some bullshit, and I'm supposed to buy. And I swear to God, if Roman Reigns is the fucking champion,
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm saying it. I don't give a fuck. I want if you're listening to the sound of my voice, pass it along. If fucking Roman Reigns ends WrestleMania as the champion after the Fiend's belt was stolen, boycott fucking WWE and the network. I would rather give my goddamn money to fucking AEW, which I think is I'm not. Oh, never mind. We got to.
No, hey, I'm just saying. When I saw that happen, I almost paid money for AEW's pay-per-view, and I don't do that shit. Okay, I don't pay no money for that fucking pay-per-view, but I almost did it. That's how pissed off I was.
I almost said something that just would have, fuck.
It's gonna have people in the comments.
Yeah, because you gotta like the. Never mind. If I'm dead serious though, the only way that this shit like this is going to stop, we need to. I am going to seriously boycott WWE wrestling. I don't give a fuck what it is. I won't be watching it anymore. I can almost guarantee I put that on the lives of my children. I will not watch another fucking WWE show until they fix the fucking product. Because that seems to be the only way that shit like this is. How many more times are we as viewers, as consumers, as fans, as people that buy their merchandise, that fill arenas, that buy the fucking cups and shirts and fucking belts and everything else? I'm not getting what I want.
Right.
I'm not getting what I want. I pay money to get something worthwhile. This ain't worthwhile. There's
Not.
no reason that you should have a 50-year-old man on a WrestleMania card. Again, nothing against Goldberg. I love Goldberg, but this ain't gonna cut it.
That better not be the main event of the night. I know that much. I know that fucking much. That better be
No,
like the
I'm
first
pretty
match or
sure.
something.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Drew McIntyre and Brock
And-
Lesnar.
But the whole thing is like, why the fuck would like why are you so itching to get that belt on Roman? Like in that way.
When I
Nobody
seen
wants to
Roman
see
Reigns
Roman Reigns
wrestle,
versus Goldberg.
I seen Roman Reigns wrestle Baron Corbin at Royal Rumble, and I just was just turned. I was instantly turned off by the match. I just can't watch him anymore. I'm sorry, I just cannot. Unless you can find somebody you finna see like 18, 20 spears, a bunch of how can you even get a decent match out of this?
Next to the super kick and the Canadian Destroyer, the spear is the most overused move in all of wrestling.
Well, it works with the right person.
Yeah, like it worked with people like Rhino, it worked with people like Goldberg because
Edge.
Edge had a nice looking one.
Yeah,
But
it works, but I mean, like for the right person. But when you're not the right person, it just ain't exactly. I'm sorry, I just don't have the time, nor the inclination, nor the patience to watch another Roman. His matches are just clunky, and you put him in a ring with a guy who's made his living on being a powerhouse. You gonna have one slow, clunky ass fucking match, and neither one of them can talk anybody into a fucking arena to watch
right.
anything. So, and again, I am not disrespecting Goldberg. I want people to know that. I am not. But I know he has limitations.
And he's not known for having like straight long drawn out matches with a lot of psychology in them. That's not
Nor
his
is he
game. That's
known
not
for
him.
having nor is he known for having drawn out programs, because that's not that he's not a talker. He's not
Yeah.
a talker.
And he
That's
wasn't
never
brought
been
in to
his
talk
thing.
neither.
Nope.
When he first started, he wasn't even allowed to talk. So that's a skill that's always,
Roman
avoided
Reigns
him.
can't exactly talk either. Well, we
No,
know
he
that,
can
but
say his lines good, but he can't talk because all his
yeah,
promos are written down. I mean, we saw that when John Cena torched him in that promo.
this is outrageous. This is.
I mean, I
I
get that Roman Reigns, he beat cancer and everything like that. God bless him, but at the same time, that's not gonna make him a forever face. Some people just don't work out. You can't shove them down people's throats. Like the Superman punch and stuff, it's good for little kids to imitate, but damn, bro, you can't tell me that's better than Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar, the Fiend versus the Beast. Like you can't tell me that's better than that.
or Drew McIntyre and
Or Drew McIntyre or shit, the Fiend and Braun Strowman. I don't fucking know.
That would have also worked for me. The Monster Among Men. Because you got so many title lines. Dude, look at that. The Fiend versus the Beast Incarnate. The Fiend versus Scotty Psychopath. The Fiend versus the Monster Amongst Men. The Fiend versus the Phenomenal One. The Fiend. Like, I mean, what do you want?
I mean, they really already fucked it up.
You could have did the Fiend and the Undertaker. I would have watched that.
You could have. That would have been hella good. I mean, I don't get excited for a lot of Undertaker matches anymore at all. But I definitely would have got excited about that one. I mean, hell, like, you could have done any fucking thing, but that bullshit that you're doing right now. Goldberg versus Roman Reigns. Why the fuck would I want to see that?
Well, let's see. Maybe they'll fix it. Maybe the backlash is so strong, Triple H will step in and say, "Look, this ain't gonna work. We need to figure out a way to get this done." And they'll take the. But see, that's another thing. Even if they try to fix it, you didn't. The belt is fucking tainted. Like you keep changing the title out. Yeah, like it means nothing. Like you get a title. You get a title. You get a title. What the fuck?
Universal title hasn't meant shit since Finn Balor had it, and that was when it first came into existence. It was Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins, and it started off with good lineage right there. But fuck it, Vince McMahon is gonna do what Vince McMahon wants. We can't change his mind.
Okay, well, again, if it comes down to it, the only way I'm going to, my personal choice, I don't know about anybody else, but I would strongly encourage you, if you do not like a product, just stop using it.
Exactly.
I don't like this product. I'm just going to, if it turns out this way, I'm going to just stop using it.
Right. Simple. I mean, after WrestleMania, I always cancel my subscription anyway. And then we already said that we're gonna start giving you guys content that we like. Like we're going to old school stuff. We're going to things that we enjoy from the past. Like we're gonna have some TNA in there. We're gonna have some old WWE documentaries. I might have Sherrod suggest some old school Mid-South wrestling I should watch, just to get a handle on what it was like back in those days.
Yeah, as long as the shit means something, hell, I don't give a fuck. But again, if I don't like a product, I'm not going to watch it. And at this stage, I'm on the cusp of, and I feel bad saying this because I fucking love NXT. I don't understand why we can't fucking have that shit all the time.
Right, I love
have
NXT.
A branch of a company that is so much better than the rest of it? It's like being like, oh fuck, the goddamn the hamburger part of Wendy's is fucking better than the fucking fries. It's the same goddamn shit. I don't understand.
I like that analogy right there.
I don't. I'm just saying it's two parts of the whole. Oh fuck, how is one section of the business that you own and operate great, but then the other section is so fucking bad? And to make matters worse, the section that's good, all of that talent is funneled to the section that sucks.
Right.
How do you make that happen?
Right. Because NXT is so much better than WWE. I don't even know. I hate that they have the WWE logo in the middle of the NXT logo. I'm like, yo, they need to break that off. They need to just completely break that off. NXT is a completely different monster on its own. It's positioned differently. It's promoted differently. It's booked differently. It's booked better. They have better talent.
I haven't anticipated a WrestleMania in a long fucking time.
A long time. Yeah.
Like I
don't see that changing anytime soon.
Like I say, every fucking year he finds a way to fuck it up. It's become like a personal haha. Like
it's such good shit, pal.
I don't know, dude. I'm just this ain't even what the show was about.
No, it's not. It's not.
Jesus Christ.